go out and make some big plays.
Give to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion, trying to get the edge with the jet sweep. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Give to the big fullback. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
They'll try the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
We see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He's got an open man. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. And you think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Nolan. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite.
He'll take a shot. To the end zone and is picked off. Bust through behind his pad. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 40. The 20. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Kentucky delivered a statement victory that's going to be celebrated in Bluegrass country for some time. And if this team's not careful, they could have themselves a football program there in Lexington. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Fast motion from the offense. To throw, it's Nolan. Fires to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw on second down. Going deep. He's got it down the left side. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The timing needs to be precise on those out routes, and the quarterback just gave him too much ground to cover.
And you got to know when to throw that. Right when he's breaking out of his break, I got to put that ball and put it on him. And you could tell the timing was a little bit off, just a little too much juice from the QB.
Oh, it goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. To the air. It's Nolan. Getting some heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
On his way back from the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you can really get dangerous in this ball game.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting where it was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Will they keep it on the ground again here on third down? They'll try to get it through the air. Pulls it in. It's Hill. Turns it on at midfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air, it's Flanagan. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Melton. Touchdown time! A great catch and run for 6.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
After the incompletion, it's second down. Scanning the field, it's Nolan. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
With the score, Alabama 21, Ohio State 7.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Going to the ground. Shakes off a tackler.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. And the ball comes to rest right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, baby.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers, and then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to pass, it's Flanagan trying to get to him. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. They're going to throw it again. They're bringing heat, extending the play. Just so smooth along the sideline to drag that toe and get the completion.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback going to his and make a very accurate throw.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. He makes a catch. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
What a play by the defender there, guys, in his own end zone. The offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Pulls it in. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Motion from the offense. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Lindsey. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage.
Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice throw, nice catch, and I think we're going to see and hear a lot of that guy to that guy. A touchdown catch in game 1. Now a touchdown catch in game 2. They're going to continue to find that playmaker throughout this season.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the cover. Got down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They'll give it to him again. Rams him with the stiff arm. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Grabbed behind the line. It's Blade. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third down, going up top. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Here comes that Alabama offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Alabama 28.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Facing a third down and short from the 26. They'll turn to the jet sweep to try to convert. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And they did not fool the defense at all. They were ready, set the edge, did not let the guy get outside and make a big game. Nice job by this defense, dialed in.
It'll go out of bounds. Depends on where they spot it, but looks as if it'll be around the 45. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And back to the air on second down. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Trying to beat the D deep. He made the catch, past the marker, also past the sideline. He's out of bounds. It'll be fourth down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires into the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Toledo is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 28 over the Coyotes. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide out in motion. Back to pass, it's Flanagan. Now improvising. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That's caught. It's Lindsey. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Makes the catch. It's Smith. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation. And
fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Finds his tight end. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon every single team.
2nd down coming up. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Looking for a man. It's Flanagan. Lets it fly. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. But a nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And it's no good. He missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
They'll start this drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Defense not showing press coverage. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
Gets rid of it. Zings it complete to the right. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
And that's just inexcusable if you're on defense there, man. 3rd and long. You've worked so hard to get to that point, right? To put yourself in position to come off the field, and you're going to allow a check down throw to the running back to go pick up that first? Man, that's going to drive this defensive coordinator crazy.
Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got the back in the middle. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love